Ladies and gentlemen, today I stand before you with a truth that will shake your foundation. Your future isn't written in the stars, it's etched into your daily habits. Let me ask you this: are you living a life of intention, or are you merely surviving day to day, hoping for change that never comes? Here's the secret: the power to transform your life forever is already in your hands. And it's not in some massive, unattainable act, it's in the small, simple habits you choose to embrace. Stay with me, because in the next few moments I'll reveal 10 habits that will not only change your life, but also ignite a legacy of transformation for everyone around you. Your daily habits are the seeds of your destiny. Every decision, every action, every small step you take today shapes the life tomorrow. Think of a mighty tree that towers above, providing shade and bearing fruit. That tree began as a tiny seed buried in the soil, nurtured over time by the sun, water, and care it received. In the same way, your habits, those seemingly insignificant choices you make every day, carry the potential to grow into a life of greatness or stagnation, depending on how you tend to them. Consider this: the most successful individuals, the most inspiring figures in history, and those who've reached the pinnacles of their fields didn't get there through luck or one-time efforts. They built their success brick by brick through consistent, intentional habits. It's not about monumental changes or grand gestures. It's about aligning your daily actions with your ultimate vision. For example, think of Serena Williams, whose rigorous daily practice shaped her into one of the greatest athletes the world has ever seen. Or look at the quiet discipline of authors like Maya Angelou, who committed herself to writing every day, producing works that continue to inspire generations. The power of habits lies in their ability to influence your subconscious mind. The human brain thrives on patterns. When you repeatedly engage in a behavior, it becomes automatic, freeing mental energy for creativity and higher level thinking. Positive habits, when cultivated consistently, become a force that propels you forward, even when motivation wanes or challenges arise. On the flip side, neglecting this truth can lead to stagnation. Many people remain stuck because of frustration, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because their habits betray their aspirations. Small, destructive habits, skipping one more task, delaying action for tomorrow, or giving in to negative self-talk, compound over time. What seems minor in the moment grows into a barrier that blocks progress. Research supports the transformative power of habits. In James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, he shares the concept of the 1% rule, emphasizing that making even a 1% improvement each day can lead to profound changes over time. The aggregation of marginal gains, a principle used by the British cycling team to achieve remarkable success, proves that small adjustments consistently applied can shift the trajectory of your life. But habits are not merely tools for personal success, they're a form of self-respect and accountability. Every positive action you commit to says, "I value my time, my potential, and my purpose." It's an act of aligning your present self with the future self you envision. If you feel overwhelmed or unsure of where to start, know that transformation doesn't require you to reinvent yourself overnight. Begin with one habit: wake up earlier, drink more water, read for 10 minutes a day. Start where you are, use what you have, and take the first step. Over time, the small things you do with intention will lead to extraordinary results. Transformation begins with a decision. It's not a grand event or a dramatic shift that suddenly changes everything. It is a quiet, resolute choice made in the depths of your mind and heart to pursue growth and improvement. This choice is the spark that ignites the journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Every major breakthrough, every story of triumph starts with this seemingly simple act of choosing to step into a new way of being. Think of Nelson Mandela, who spent 27 years in prison, yet made the conscious decision every single day to prepare himself for a life of leadership and reconciliation. He chose not to let his circumstances define him, and through his decision, he transformed not just his life, but also the destiny of an entire nation. Or consider Oprah Winfrey, who came from a challenging background of poverty and hardship. At a young age, she made the decision to focus on education and self-improvement, setting herself on a path that would lead to her becoming one of the most influential figures in the world. This decision to transform is not always easy, and it often comes with resistance both from within and from the world around you. Your mind may whisper doubts, asking whether change is worth the effort or whether you are capable of it. Society may try to box you in, labeling you based on your past or current circumstances. But the power of choice lies in its ability to transcend these barriers. It is a declaration that you refuse to be defined by limitations, whether imposed by yourself or others. Research in psychology underscores the significance of this decision-making process. In his book, Mindset, The New Psychology of Success, Carol Dweck discusses the concept of a growth mindset versus a fixed mindset. Those who embrace a growth mindset make the choice to view challenges as opportunities for learning rather than as insurmountable obstacles. This decision to adopt a growth-oriented perspective is the foundation for personal and professional transformation. When you choose growth, you set a new standard for your life. You begin to see possibilities where others see problems. You align your thoughts, behaviors, and intentions with a vision that is greater than your present reality. It is in these moments of choice that change begins to take root. You are no longer a passive participant in your life. You become an active creator of your future. This choice is something you must renew daily. It is not a one-time commitment, but a practice of waking up each morning and deciding, today I will take one step closer to the person I want to become. It is choosing to rise above discouragement, to learn from failures, and to remain steadfast in your pursuit of a better life. Transformation is a journey, and every journey begins with a single decision. Whether it's choosing to forgive, to let go of fear, or to invest in your dreams, that choice has the power to change the trajectory of your life forever. Greatness is not found in the complex or the unattainable. It thrives in simplicity. The habits that define extraordinary lives are not extravagant gestures or rare talents, but are rooted in the simple, consistent actions that often go unnoticed. Simplicity is not weakness, it is clarity. It is the power of focusing on what truly matters and stripping away the unnecessary distractions that cloud your vision. History and everyday life are filled with examples of how simplicity can lead to profound results. Mahatma Gandhi changed the world through a principle as simple as nonviolence, refusing to meet oppression with aggression. His approach was not complex, but deeply intentional. Similarly, in James Clear's Atomic Habits, he highlights how small daily actions like writing one line a day or walking for 10 minutes can lead to monumental change over time. These are not grand, sweeping changes. They are deliberate, manageable steps that compound into greatness. The simplicity of habits is also their strength. A habit, once ingrained, becomes automatic, requiring little mental energy. Waking up early, journaling for clarity, practicing gratitude, or dedicating time to read are all simple practices. Yet these actions, repeated daily, create a life aligned with your goals. The power lies not in how flashy they seem, but in their consistency and alignment with a larger purpose. Simplicity also allows room for perseverance. Overcomplicated plans often lead to burnout or inaction. By focusing on small, achievable actions, you set yourself up for long-term success. When life feels overwhelming, simplicity is a refuge, a reminder that greatness doesn't come from doing everything, it comes from doing the right things well. When you begin to adopt positive habits, you might notice something incredible happens. One small change leads to another. This is the ripple effect of discipline. The choices you make to improve one area of your life don't exist in isolation. They influence and enhance other aspects of your existence in ways you may not immediately realize. The commitment to making one positive change can become the foundation for a series of transformations that touch every part of your life. For example, imagine you start exercising regularly. At first, it may seem like it's just about physical health, but what often happens is that this new habit begins to affect other areas. You may find that you have more energy, which leads to increased productivity at work or school. With a boost in energy, you might begin to focus more on eating healthier, which further improves your mood and well-being. You may even notice that you are sleeping better at night, allowing you to wake up feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day. This is the ripple effect. One positive habit sets off a chain reaction that positively impacts many aspects of your life. Research supports this concept. Charles Duhigg, in his book, The Power of Habit, discusses the idea of keystone habits, small changes or habits that have a domino effect on other areas of your life. For example, someone who adopts the habit of making their bed every morning may feel a sense of accomplishment, leading them to tackle more tasks throughout the day. This sense of order and completion can extend to relationships, work, and personal development, making them more manageable and rewarding. But the ripple effect works both ways. Negative habits also spread into other parts of your life, and their consequences can compound. For instance, a lack of exercise can lead to weight gain, which may lead to lower energy levels and decreased self-esteem, which could in turn affect your productivity or even your relationships. It's a reminder that the habits you choose, whether good or bad, have far-reaching effects. This is why the discipline to choose habits intentionally is so critical. Positive habits create momentum. They are the snowball rolling down the hill, picking up speed and force as they move. The beauty of this ripple effect is that even when you feel like progress in one area is slow, the small improvements can still be compounding in ways you don't immediately see. Over time, the cumulative effect of positive habits creates a momentum that's hard to stop and results in a life that is richer, more balanced, and more fulfilling. This ripple effect doesn't just apply to your personal growth, it also influences the people around you. When you begin to make positive changes, those in your life often notice your energy, positivity, and newfound focus can inspire others to make similar changes. Whether you realize it or not, your transformation can become a beacon for others, encouraging them to create their own ripple of positive habits. The key takeaway here is this: habits do not operate in isolation. Every small action you take, whether in your career, health, or relationships, has a far-reaching impact. Embrace the ripple effect, knowing that each positive step you take creates a chain of transformation that can carry you farther than you ever imagined. Change is never without its resistance. When you try to establish new habits or break old ones, internal and external forces will challenge your commitment. You'll face moments of doubt, frustration, and temptation to give up. These moments can feel like insurmountable barriers, but they are not the end of the road. They are the tests of your resolve, and how you handle them determines the strength of your transformation. Overcoming resistance is a key part of creating lasting change, and this is where your true growth begins. It's important to recognize that resistance is natural. Your brain's primary function is to conserve energy and maintain familiarity. Any change, especially if it disrupts your established routine, can trigger discomfort. In The War of Art, Stephen Pressfield writes about the concept of resistance, which he describes as an invisible force that tries to stop us from doing what we know we need to do. Resistance comes in many forms: fear, procrastination, self-doubt, and distractions, but its goal is always the same: to keep you from doing the work that will lead to personal growth. What's essential to understand is that resistance is not a sign of failure, it's a sign that you're on the verge of something significant. Resisting the temptation to quit is crucial in the early stages of habit formation. The first few weeks or months may be the hardest because the changes are not yet automatic, and the rewards may seem distant. Whether it's waking up early or sticking to a workout routine or making healthier food choices, the discomfort you feel during these early stages is temporary. It's simply a signal that you're challenging your mind and body to adapt, and as you keep pushing through, so that discomfort will begin to dissipate. There are strategies you can use to overcome resistance. One powerful method is breaking down your goals into smaller, manageable actions. Instead of focusing on the grand vision, concentrate on the next step you need to take. For example, if you're aiming to run a marathon, start with a simple 10-minute walk each day. Celebrate that small win and then gradually increase the duration or intensity. This keeps the momentum going without overwhelming you, and it builds a sense of accomplishment that keeps you moving forward. Another strategy is to surround yourself with accountability. Share your goals with a trusted friend or join a group where you can connect with others who share similar aspirations. Having someone to check in with can motivate you to keep going even when resistance feels strong. The presence of a supportive community can provide a sense of belonging and encouragement, which can be vital when the path gets tough. It's also important to reframe your perception of setbacks. Failure and mistakes are often viewed as signs that you're not cut out for change, but they are really just part of the learning process. Think of Thomas Edison, who famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." His perseverance in the face of repeated failure led to the invention of the light bulb, a breakthrough that changed the world. Your setbacks are not indicators of your ability, but stepping stones that pave the way for eventual success. Resisting change is not just about battling external challenges, but also the internal dialogue that tells you to quit. It's crucial to cultivate self-awareness and recognize when you're using excuses or rationalizations to stay in your comfort zone. Recognizing this voice instead of allowing it to control you is a vital part of overcoming resistance. By developing mental resilience and continuing to push forward despite doubts, you strengthen your resolve and reinforce your commitment to the transformation you desire. In the end, resistance is a necessary part of growth. It's through pushing past the obstacles, both internal and external, that you come to realize the power you have to shape your life. The more you face resistance and continue to persevere, the more confidence you gain in your ability to handle future challenges. Keep in mind that the resistance you experience is a sign that you are on the right track, and that persistence is the key to making those changes permanent. Transformation is not a solitary experience, it has a far-reaching impact. When you make the decision to change and commit to positive habits, your growth doesn't just benefit you, it creates a ripple effect that influences those around you. Whether you realize it or not, as you transform your own life, you become a beacon of inspiration and possibility for others. Your actions and mindsets serve as a model for those in your family, your workplace, your community, and then even beyond. When you choose to step into your greatness, you give permission to others to do the same. One of the most profound examples of this impact is seen in the lives of influential leaders and change makers. Think of people like Martin Luther King Jr., whose commitment to equality and justice didn't just affect his own life, but sparked a nationwide movement. Or Malala Yousafzai, whose courage and advocacy for girls' education not only changed her own life, but became a symbol for young girls around the world fighting for their rights. Their transformations, fueled by their own commitment to change, created a legacy that transcends generations and geography. This same principle applies to everyday people. When you choose to adopt habits that elevate your life, whether it's developing discipline, choosing health learning, or cultivating a positive mindset, you are not only improving your own circumstances, but also creating an environment that encourages and uplifts others. If you begin taking care of your health, those around you may be inspired to follow suit. If you prioritize your education or personal growth, those in your circle may be motivated to pursue their own self-improvement. Even the simple act of being more present and engaged with others can set a powerful example, fostering deeper relationships and encouraging those around you to invest in themselves as well. Research in social psychology shows how powerful this influence can be. In The Social Animal, Elliot Aronson discusses the concept of social contagion, which suggests that behaviors, emotions, and attitudes can spread among individuals in social groups. This means that your positive actions can actually inspire others to adopt similar behaviors, creating a positive feedback loop that elevates everyone involved. When you improve yourself, you create an environment where others feel empowered to make positive changes as well. This ripple effect extends to your broader community and even society as a whole. Each individual who transforms and raises their standards can have an exponential impact on the collective culture. Think of the countless individuals who have taken part in social change movements over the years, working toward a greater cause that benefits not just them, but the larger community. Change in one person's life can lead to collective transformation, sparking movements, improving communities, and making the world a better place. Transformation then is not just for personal gain. As you step into your best self, you create the potential for others to do the same. You serve as a source of encouragement, a living testament that change is possible and that it has the power to create a broader impact. By embracing your own journey of transformation, you are laying the foundation for others to embark on their own. The life you create for yourself can serve as a catalyst for the lives of others, offering hope and inspiration and the belief that together everyone can rise. It's essential to remember that the impact of your transformation doesn't always come in dramatic, visible ways. It can be the small things, the way you speak to others, the example you set with your work ethic, or the kindness you show. These actions, though subtle, resonate deeply with others and can inspire them to make their own changes. Never underestimate the ripple effect your habits can create. The life you lead has the potential to light the way for others, giving them the courage and inspiration to transform as well. By transforming yourself, you become an agent of change for the world around you.